radio.
What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? Look who I fucking bumped into. I'm wrong. He's fucking right. Is that the way it is? Yeah. Fuck you, you bollocks. What's the story? What do you have to say about today, anyway? Overall, we'll start with today and then we can give out to me.
Okay, no, but I'm not here to prove you wrong. That's for Arteta to prove you wrong, which I think he's been doing. For me personally, I've seen this coming for a number of years. I'm surprised people were so anti him. I couldn't quite understand the hate and the fact that he was building something. But I've seen this before. I mean, to be fair to you, I'm quite a bit older than you, and I've seen the experience that we're having now previously. And for me, the similar experience as when George Graham came to Arsenal. I think it was 1986, and he was faced with a pretty toxic squad. It was an ageing squad full of what was pseudo stars. Footballers get to a certain age, and footballers have a sell-by date, and that's the thing. And quite often you think that a football, when it gets to the pinnacle, is when you give them the big money, but that's kind of where you want to start shunting them out. And one thing I would say about Arsene Wenger, he had this policy towards the end that as soon as a player hit 30, he'd only give them 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
And
was it right?
I mean, I disagreed with it at the time, but again, we can all be wrong. Looking back on it now and looking at the experiences we've had over the last few years, when we've had players of kind of what we would consider to be superstars, then given these massive contracts, and we're lumbered with them. We can't even give them away. We actually have to pay to have them taken away. And I think Liverpool are in a similar situation with Salah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he's recently been given a massive contract. And he hasn't. And
it's sort of the same way as Aubameyang was with us when he was given the contract as well. Like, you know what I mean? We were begging him to sign the contract. He signs it, and then he's doing what Mo Salah's doing now. Like, you know, can we get top? Well, can we win the league first?
Okay, well, I've answered that question a few minutes ago. In my mind, we absolutely can. There's one team that on present form are capable, more than capable, of stopping us, and probably the favourites, which is Manchester City. They seem to be, I wouldn't say they're heavily reliant, but they have a player, well, they have two players that are just, for me, so far ahead of the rest of the league in quality, even with the quality that we've got, which is Haaland and De Bruyne. Yeah. If either or both of them were to get injured, I think we become favourites, but that's an if and a but. But football's on fine margins. The way that it's now structured, that the Man City game has been postponed for the PSV game, means we're going to play them both in the second half of the season, both those games home and away. Yeah. I've got a sneaky suspicion that the Premier League will structure that in such a way that at least one of those games, if not both, will be towards the end of the season, so they can sort of bill it as the title decider.
Yeah, like they did last season with Spurs, like, you know what I mean? The whole, like, you know, top four, the battle for the top four. So are you saying we're getting top four? 100% or nailed down? Or
look, there's no 100% in football. There's absolutely no 100%. I would be absolutely shocked if we didn't get top four. For me, anything less than second with how we're playing would be a big disappointment. But the great thing is we're at least competing for the league. Even if we don't win it, we've got the excitement and the buzz around this place. And what Arteta's brought to this stadium is that enthusiasm and that belief, is that everyone's behind the team, we're enjoying it. I mean, I have to say that I enjoy even when we lose. But the majority of normal fans get quite upset when we lose. I'm just pleased to be here and get out. But even the most cynical fans like yourself, I mean, did you enjoy it?
Well, absolutely enjoyed it, big time. I'm here with my son, and my God, like for especially when we went 1-1, I thought we were going to shit ourselves and absolutely lose it. But fair play to the players, to Arteta, to everyone involved. To come back and win the game 3-2 was absolutely outstanding. Yeah. And I have to give it to everyone involved.
And Liverpool. Yeah. I thought Liverpool were great.
Yeah,
really
great. 100%. Yeah, they were like, I just think now that people need to put respect on Arsenal's name, because they're not. You know what I mean? And it's disrespectful to Arsenal. It's all, Man City will win the league. Well, what about Arsenal? Yeah. You know what I mean? This is the way it is.
And I think if we're talking about respect for Arsenal, let's start that respect at home.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And we leave it there, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks a million. All the best.
Thanks,
Julian. Take care.